Hello there and welcome back to the colony with Man of the Antz. So, doing something a little bit different today. The idea was, as you may have seen, I did a War Thunder video a few days back, so I thought whilst I've got the old joystick out, I thought I'd have a bit of a go with X-Plane 11, which I'd heard the new beta of, not new, the latest beta of I should say, supported VR, which I'm kind of excited about, I'll be honest with you, kind of excited about. Upon loading up the game, and looking into it a bit, and it did take me, if you do download, it's a free demo you can download to play. If you do it, you do need to make sure you select download the beta version. If you download the normal version, like I did, you'll be very confused why it isn't working. I downloaded it from the X-Plane website. I'm pretty sure you can download it from the Steam page as well. So it actually supports, like, full touch motion controls, which is amazing. I had a very quick go at just pushing some buttons in some planes, but I didn't really get very far with that. So these are the ones that come in the demo, which in itself is pretty amazing. The demo is only the Seattle area, and you can fly for around 15 minutes. So I think you can spend as much time as you want in the menus, but once you're actually on the plane, you get 15 minutes. So let's start off with something like this. I did read in one of the beta page that not all planes were touch. I used the Cessna Skyhawk before. So we'll try this one and see if this one works. We'll leave it at the middle of the day for the moment. It does take a little while to load. Oh no, it doesn't. I'm an absolute liar, because I've already loaded it before, I guess. So this is the plane, and as you can see, all these things which highlight, you can touch and fiddle and play around with. And where's my door handle? How amazing is that, look? Not that I can actually close it now. Oh, there we go. And if I could see a door handle, the other one I could, you can open the doors. It's insane. Like literally everything. Now, I'm not much of a flight buff. When I was younger, I did spend a little bit of time playing around in flight sims. As you can see, it's not running perfectly. I haven't played around with the settings too much, so it's probably going to be a little bit jerky for you guys at home. But yeah, so the control-wise, it is just literally the trigger. Once you've clicked onto the yoke, you are locked onto it. And then you can see the little flaps going and everything. So you don't have to hold the button down, you are locked onto it, and you can lock on with both if you want as well. And then you click again to come off it. And then yeah, trigger to do everything else. So that's our throttle. I don't need, though, the other control wise, X on the left controller is recenter yourself, which is really useful to know. On the right controller, it says X on there, but actually the A button is this zoom. So it kind of zooms into the middle of your view, which is really useful, so you can have a look at what the controls actually do. So down here we have push high RPM and push rich. That's a mixture. I don't really know what the P one is. What's that down there? Cowl and flaps. We want flaps. Did I do it? I did. Nothing seems to be happening. Still nothing seems to be happening. We do want our flaps down. I just don't know how to get them down. We won't worry about it too much. So yeah, it's just, I mean, my touch controller battery is low, so whilst we're on the ground, we will change that over. If I can find the right drawer from here. Ah, and then one of my batteries is charged. Okay, definitely need to remember to do that afterwards. So yeah, I never actually got off the ground. I just spent a few minutes figuring out how the control system sort of worked, and I'm honestly so far super impressed. If you're in any way like a bit of a flight buff, this is just like an immediate buy for anyone particularly when it comes out as a full like VR. Please, I'm sure that if you're at home when you've got like a HOTAS and like a flight panel and all sorts of things around you, maybe you want to use the touch controllers, but the ability just to touch everything is just insane. It's insane. That's just the start. Well, that's the parking brake, so that's where the brake is. So at the moment, if we yeah, we're not going in because our brake is on, so that's good to know. This must be the trim. Do you want to know why the flaps aren't doing anything? We'll put them back to where they were, I guess. Okay. Right, well let's put our throttle up to about 50%-ish. And then we'll take the brake off, and we're off. And we're not straight, because I've been playing around with the stick. Oh, because I forgot I was locked on there for a second, see that? So we use that with our left one, and then we've got to full throttle. And we'll keep it nice and straight, keep it nice and straight, keep it nice and straight. And we're going to skid. We're going to skid because we're going that fast. All right, we'll pull up. Nice and gently pull up. Now, the sounds don't seem to be amazing to me. That might just be me being a bit of a novice, but... I mean, that's better. That's what I expect it to sound like. Let's close that up again, because it's probably a bit loud. Yeah, I mean, how cool is this? Now, a lot of you might not really think much of this, but yeah, I think this is an insanely cool experience. And the fact it's all, because they could easily have just whacked in like VR support and not worried about touch controls in the slightest. So the fact that they've even bothered with touch controls, I think is amazing. So I've let go of the yoke now, so it'll hopefully just sort of take care of itself without too much trouble. I wonder if there's an autopilot anywhere. Cannot see one. All these little switches do work though. Look, how amazing is that? That's all our lights down there we can turn on. We'll have a night one in a second and see if we can figure out the lights. Your damp, so you can press all these little buttons with whatever the hell they do. Ah, down and up. I wonder if that does our... Which was down, the top one. We're doing okay, yeah? We're doing okay. No. What if we bring this up? No, I don't know how the flaps work in this plane. I don't know if there's any kind of tutorial. So whilst we're up in the air and we're going relatively steady... Oh my god, it changes the sound based on your head position. That's amazing. That is genuinely quite amazing. Let's just try and straighten this up a little bit. Oh, you can do these little buttons on top. I wonder if one of these is the autopilot. No idea. So if we can get it relatively straight for a second. So yes, I said the X is the zoom. The menu on... Oh, the menu does do it on both. Cool. So if you press the the B or Y buttons, you get this pop-up menu. So you can get in the pilot seat, which is self-explanatory. You get in the pilot seat. It's like a reset view shortcut. We have this flight config, which takes us back to here. Oh, we can just resume flight. Okay, excellent. I wonder if you can change the time of the day in the middle of the thing. Let's figure out that in a second. There's a pause option, so I suppose you could get a nice screenshot if you wanted to. There's a replay option we won't worry about. There's an advanced menu, which I'm sure is more interesting to people who know anything about planes, because you can do like, I don't know, like all sorts of things. Prep electrical systems for boarding. See, like I said, I used to play a few of these flight sims back in the day, and I'm talking like... Was the one which was just called Fly? I think it's like Fly 3 and one of the flight sim games. We're talking years and years back, but I did get proper into it for a while. Like I had an old HOTAS style joystick, and I used to do all the taxiing and the talking to the control tower and stuff, and it was really a lot of fun. Which is quite sad, but there we go. And then you have this view button as well, where we can just... Look at this. Just pop outside and just have a bit of a look around. It does do this sort of thing where you can zoom your movement around, but it seems to be very hard to do anything apart from zoom to the ground. I don't know where... Oh, there we are. But we can go back to the menu button. Go back to the views. You can go for a little ride along. I don't know how we're supposed to... Oh, I see. You can go to different... Oh, see, no, it's gone back down there. Look. What good is that to me? So if we go back to views and we can go to tower, so you can see where it is from the tower. So if you want to do like a full like tower sort of simulation, you can watch everything from here. Where did we take off? This way, so it should be over there somewhere, I think. Yeah, over towards that mountain. We can't see us anymore. Let's pop back into... Ooh, hello. Why is that not working anymore? Is it because I pressed that button? Is it because I did this? I've got no idea. But it's not working. I've done something. I've broken it. Power off. Let's get rid of all this. Can I turn now? No, it's just I've lost all control for some reason. I don't know what I've done, but I've lost control, so we are going down. And that's what that looks like. Okay, right, well anyway, let's go to a new flight. So let's... How are we doing for time? That didn't take too long, I did it like 10 minutes. So let's try a slightly fancier, small plane. We don't want to do a glide, we definitely want to do a helicopter. So let's try this one, and we'll try putting it to like... I don't really want full dark, I want it to be close. Yeah, and we'll leave the weather as we want clear weather. Let's see if this loads up as fast as it did just now. I imagine the loading is the scenery, which is already just... But I did move around quite a bit, I suppose. I did fly relatively far. Oh no, still quite quick. And Oculus is freaking out for a second. We'll wait for that to sort itself out. Reset our view. Oh my word. Oh, hello. Hello, a little side stick. Interesting. We got a show map option. Show me the map. Oh, how cool is that? So what does this do? Engine start, stop. So it does some of the basic stuff for... Oh, it's the gear. We never put a gear up, did we? Maybe we didn't have a gear to put up. Maybe it was a fixed gear plane. So just to show you, I'm sure this will actually work. If we do that... Ah, it's not going to let us? I don't think it's going to let us. I was wondering if it's going to let us put our gear up, but I don't think it is it? So if we go to a different view a second... And we go over here. No, our gear is definitely still down. It hasn't let us put our gear away. Boo, game, boo. Why won't you let me crash the plane on the runway? So it looks like our lights are already on. I was wondering if we'd have to do that ourselves. We've got some nice reflections in the glass there. It looks quite nice. There aren't actually that many controls in this plane, are there? Oh, so we put the gear back down to down. Got like a custom touchpad thing we don't need to worry. Oh, here's all the lights and stuff. It doesn't actually seem to be doing this. Maybe this is one of the ones where they haven't fully Yeah, or maybe it's just locked because it is night and I'm not allowed to play with it too much. Who knows? But it might be that... Oh no, that works, that. Freaks the game out a little bit, but okay. So like I said, I did read that they only had a couple of planes that were fully interactive, so maybe I've been very lucky in picking the 2 planes that were very interactive. I do seem to have broken the game like entirely though. Which is weird, because on the mirror... Oh no, the mirror's not working, I'm just making things up. It is as broken as it looks. Let's see if it sorts itself out, otherwise we'll restart it. As I say, it is a beta at the moment. Not looking good, is it? Not looking good. Okay, I'm going to restart it. We'll be back in a moment then. Alright then, welcome back. So what actually happened there, I do believe, was we ran out of time for the demo. As I said, it's a 15-minute timer, so I think that does apply to as soon as you go onto the thing, and it doesn't matter if you come back here or not. And one thing I did just check was I checked to see which planes were actually compatible. And I said it was a couple of planes were fully done. That's an absolute lie. That's an absolute lie. The default fleet, and I'm looking up here because I'm trying to read through the notes app, the default fleet minus the Cirrus jet, the SR-71, and the F4. That's a Cirrus, it's a CURS. So all of those look like they should be. Those 2 aren't. Maybe it is that one, maybe it just spelt it wrong. It did say it's Cirrus jet. C-U-R-R-U-S, but there's nothing else close. So I think that one actually isn't fully compatible. So what we'll do is we'll do a similar thing. We'll use this one instead, which means the big boys, in fact. We'll go to those last. We'll go small, medium, large. So all of those are fully compatible with VR. It does say if you've got any third-party add-ons, they probably won't work or they'll struggle, but that's the big really, isn't it? So I am just amazingly impressed with how X-Plane have dealt with this so far. The level of detail they've got all to work is you can assign home controllers to pretty much all the controls, so they've always been toggleable at least. But yeah, getting motion controls working in this is a super impressive feat. I have seen a couple of people mention they played it. I haven't actually watched anyone else play it, so I wasn't aware of how well. And you can see this is what I mean by the. So I think once it does this initial load, I think that's when your 15 minutes kicks off. Like I say, the first load from. And yeah, it obviously isn't perfect. You do get these sort of stutters just loading the game up. So if you are a bit of a VR newbie and you haven't got your VR legs yet, you might want to put the headset down or close your eyes until it's finished loading. And the game itself doesn't seem immensely optimized. Like I say, I haven't touched anything myself in terms of the... Oh, hello, different sound. In terms of the... Oh, hello, look at this. Let's recenter our view to start with. So what have we got here? Blimey. Alright, here's our lights. Let's just try turning some of these off, shall we? Oh no, the lights do work. So yeah, the Cirrus just isn't compatible. It's just too fancy. So let's put all of those back on. Oh, no. And it also said there's a kind of a... If you don't want to actually have to reach forward, you can use if you have to press the trigger. So you don't even have to go all the way to something. You can just do this half press thing. And then if we do the lights, which we can't quite get now. Oh, there you go. You can sort of remotely do it, which is very, very cool. Why anyone would want to do that rather than just grabbing it, I don't know. So, that's our landing gear. So I wonder if in this, the landing gear doesn't want to go, does it? Down lock release. No, I can't play with anything there. Must just be locked by something else I can't see. So we got engine anti-ice, engine ignition. It's kind of nice the plane's already going, but I do hope in the game there is a way of setting it so it isn't already going, so you can just do that yourself. Because one of the nice things about these style games is that you do just get to master warning. Okay, that's just gone off now. Fixed it, okay. You know, do all the startup sequence yourself and everything. That was always quite fun. So, can we open this window? Oh, I can see. So this is going to be our... Yes, our throttle. Condition, I don't know what that means. Now the bad thing about doing this at night is I can't see a sodden thing. It's a fuel cut-off. Guessing that's some form of trim. What I can't see are our flaps or a brake. Oh, there's our brake. We can see our brake there. Yes, but I cannot see flaps. So I'd like to actually get the flaps. There's a flap control there. They're up. How do I get them not up? It's not that. Is it one of these? No, that's just like the mix or something, isn't it? Gonna have to give it up in a second. I would love to put the flaps down, but yeah, I just cannot see. It does get this slightly weird looking angular distortion when you're zoomed in, but the fact it's got a zoom option at all I think is wonderful. So you can't really knock it for that. Okay, we cannot see a flaps control, but we can see our park and brake. So throttle to about 50%. Wait for it to ramp up. Break off. And we're away. Oh my god, I'm seriously really enjoying this. There's no rudder control that I can see. Don't know if we can do it with that. No, there's no rudder control at all that I'm aware of. So I guess if you do have your own rudder controls, you'll be a little bit better off in controlling the plane. So we'll lock on. We will lift the nose a little bit because I don't think we're going to get much faster on the ground. And we're off. We are off. So I'll control this with my left hand. Can we now put the... Oh. Yes, we can get our gear up now that we're up. That must be like a pressure-sensitive safety feature. Look at that. Reflection in the window. Seriously, I am a little bit in love with this. I do kind of wish I had a lot more free time, because I would love, I think I would genuinely love to just... Oh, that's some sort of warning sound. I don't know what I'm doing, but okay. Yeah, I would genuinely love to just spend a bit of time just playing this. Flying around the UK a bit. Getting nice and high in like a 747. So we'll just have a little bit of a fly. We'll just see if we can just get over this bit of... There's a little bit of slowdown, but like I said, that's kind of expected. These games are... We'll leave our navigation lights on because we want those. We don't want our taxi or our landing lights on. So we still should have the... Yes, the little red flash. And we do seem to have... No, what's the... I've turned it off, whatever it is. That's what we've got our flashing red, so we don't have those white lights on there now, though. That must have been the ice lights for whatever reason. So we're now as expected. Again, I'm not sure if there's a flaps control isn't up here somewhere, is it? No, that it does seem to do stuff. Wipers? Oh my god, there are windscreen wipers. This is insane. Overhead floodlights? Which is going to make very little difference. Oh no, it lights up the cabin. Oh my god. How useful is that to have in a plane? Who would have thought that would exist? We'll turn those off. Pilot flight lights on. Avionic panels. Let's turn all of this up, shall we? Oh, now I can see what we're doing, look. How amazing is that? See, I know I keep on sort of banging on about it a little bit, but honestly, this is amazing. So we need to try and level ourselves out a little bit, which I think is about there. No, we're still going up, but that's fine. Yeah, genuinely no idea where the flaps are. I was hoping they would be nice. Oh, hello, there we go. Yes, useless now, flaps, but thank you very much. We can now see that our flaps are going down. And that's why our nose is pitching up alarmingly. So we'll sort those out. Look at this, look, this. Oh, I mean... Come on, up we go. How amazing. How amazing. I don't know if there's... That's not what I wanted to do. That's not what I wanted to do. Can we come up just a little bit? Come up a little bit. That's it. No, so that's some sort of trim again. There must be an autopilot function somewhere, but I'm buggered if I can find out where it is. So let's... see how good this is at gliding, shall we? I like the fact that it immediately starts warning you. It's not very good at gliding at all, is the answer. Not very good at all. Immediately losing a lot of height. Oh, this one doesn't have an outside noise. I guess because it doesn't have a window. is a bit of a shame, but okay. Alright then, let's... We might not have that long, so until it kicks us out again. So let's pop back to the flight config, and let's play around one of the big boys. That sounds like the biggest, right? Does it tell us somewhere, like, how big it is? It doesn't, does it? Oh no, that's got 4 engines. Yeah, we'll go for that. Customize? Okay, so... Not sure I'm going to cut the last video. I did start a flight off in the 747-400. I put it on stormy weather, which was great, you know, bit of rain and storm and everything, but I couldn't break through the cloud cover before the timer ran out. So I got to like 17,000 feet and I'm still just flying through. So I thought I'd start again with the 747-400 and do it without a storm going on. How that goes, so we can actually see a little bit of what's going on. Which does mean I'm going to have the amazing benefit of actually knowing some of the controls before I fly the plane for you. Isn't that nice? So I know where the flaps are, I know where the brake is, I know where the throttle is. That's all I really need. I didn't find the windscreen wipers, but you don't actually need them because you don't actually have a water effect on the windows. Which I was half disappointed about, but I suppose there's only so much you can squeeze into a game of this kind of quality. So because this is the first time, I obviously had to load the game up again to get past the 15-minute limit. So we are having to wait for it to load up. I did say at the beginning of the video, but this is a free demo. You can all have a go with this at home. You don't even need VR as well. You can just play the demo without VR as well. Obviously, it is not a VR or standard game. It's one that's been built into the latest beta. So that's cool. All right then. Can't find your sensor. Everything's going wrong. This doesn't seem right, does it? Doesn't seem like a big enough runway to me, but okay. So, what is this? Oh, the speed brake, yes. We want to flaps down to, I think, like 20, 25. So put that there. Wait until that lovely sound stops. So yes, this is the cockpit of a 747, so we have the full little cabin going on. We've got all of these buttons. And obviously all of these ones over here. Do they all do stuff? No, just these ones here do stuff. I'm assuming that's more like cabin crew sort of stuff. Lovely comfortable looking seats. This is a different plane to what I was in before. This is a different plane. I must have been in the 747-800, I think, because I only had the 2-engine plane before. I meant to do the 747-400, but I must have got it wrong. Yes, because in the 800 you have a coffee in your coffee cup, and you don't have your little briefcase there. Oh, hello. Yeah, I see what that does. Nice. Don't know what that does. Don't press it again. Right. So we're going to put our throttle up to about 50%. It does look completely different. Now that I'm looking at it, I think it's because it was a bit darker before, so I didn't really pick up on it. But it does look completely different. So we'll take our park and brake off. With our park and brake off, we will gently accelerate as fast as we can. It is a rather swish looking plane, but it also does look like it's fully like 70s, doesn't it? All these sort of slightly brown colours. So we'll accelerate up to speed. We'll try and keep on the runway. We're reaching the end of the runway. But we are going up though. So the flaps took us up on their own. I wonder why we were at a different airport there. So we'll try and control our ascent a little bit. So we're not just flying up like 20 degrees. Jesus, game, chill out. Might need to take off a little bit of the flaps because that went a bit crazy. Bit too crazy. Look at that, that's what it's like to take off on a 747 above Seattle in the morning. So we'll just try and go for a nice gentle climb. Nothing too crazy, and just try and see what the game looks like from a bit of a distance. Again, it looks sublime there. We are obviously in a bit of a morning haze. But doesn't that look beautiful? So this is about, there's the checklist thing again as well, so cool. This is all... It's not what I wanted to do, but I didn't know you could do that, so now I'm impressed again. Is that not the gears? Yeah, that is the gears. I don't even know how I did it now. I don't know how I did it now. Locked on with something. This controller isn't as good. How did I... Oh, there we go. Let's just reset the view. How did I do that? Or just with the stick? Oh my word. You can go into those little seats. Okay, that's so cool as well. So although the real meat of these games is usually the taking off and most specifically the landing, which is always tricky, look at that. This is where they really shine in terms of looks, when you can just look from, what are we at? 10,000 feet? Yes? Yes? I don't know. 10,000 feet up and just look down across that wonderful, beautiful scenery. Isn't that amazing? So what we'll do, as we are going to pretty much end the video here, so we'll try turning. We're going to need a little bit of all of you would be nice. A little bit of power. We'll try turning the plane, seeing if we can't land somewhere. I don't think we're going to land at the airport because, well, I'm a terrible person, quite frankly, and I don't think I can land at an airport. I don't even know where the airport is. I've lost it. So we'll get down nice and low. Hope that wherever we are is flat enough. Obviously this is not how you land a plane. You don't pitch down to like minus 30 degrees. So I'm going that fast at the moment that it's deliberately trying to pull me up. So let's put our air brake on. Let's bring this down. Our speed is still going up. Let's bring the flaps down a little bit. It is still going up. Somewhat expected, I guess. If we can get down to a relatively sensible height, it would be nice if there weren't houses there, but I think we might be a bit out of luck with that. So we might crash into some houses. We do need to put the gear down. Like that. And there is probably a scenario you can load up so you are just nicely lined up with the runway. But that's not us. Let's bring the flaps all the way down. And now it's basically just a matter of too many flaps. Waiting for our speed to bleed off. You're supposed to come down at a nice gentle incline. And at the last moment, you just pull your throttle off and you just wait for the plane to go down itself. That's the general idea, I think. $300 what? So I'm at 600 feet. I'm at 600 feet sea level, I guess. Oh, wasn't looking. We didn't immediately crash. I don't know if you can damage the planes. Obviously they've turned off any, or they haven't turned off, they never did have any kind of building damage, because that would be asking for trouble. Now it counts as crashing, but we are still going. If I hit continue, go for the circle one. Oh no, I definitely did crash. Just slowly sinking into the ground like Jaws. Well, there we go. I'm going to leave that there. What a wonderful view to end on, look. Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that just a beautiful sight? Well, that is X-Plane 11 in its VR mode, and I genuinely could not be more impressed with this game. Like I say, it is just a beta at the moment, but nonetheless, the amount of work that seems to have gone into it is astonishing. It works really well. Once you're off the ground, I don't really have many performance issues even, which is beautiful. And yeah, I mean, if you've got a VR headset and you're even vaguely interested in planes or flying, then you should definitely at least give it a go. The ability to fly 747 in VR with touch controllers is just astonishing. It truly is. So please do give that a go if you're interested in the slightest. Like I say, I'm pretty sure you can get the demo on Steam. If not, you can definitely get it from the X-Plane website. When you run the installer, just make sure you do tick the beta button to actually get the latest beta version. As I say, I'm going to leave that there then. So I hope you've enjoyed this look at X-Plane 11 half as much as I have. If you have, please do click the like button. It really would be appreciated. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And of course, any questions, comments, if you've played the game, if you've got the full version of the game, let me know what the full version is like in VR. I know obviously it's relatively the same thing, same planes and everything, but doing a full flight in VR must be pretty special. So do let me know if you've played it. Don't forget, we're streaming Wednesdays at 6 PM, so come along and say hello there. Otherwise, I will see you next time in some other amazing, incredible VR journey. And thank you very, very much for joining me.